Imagine recipes passed down for over 300 years without a single cookbook, YouTube video, or cooking app. Amish women have mastered something modern kitchens have lost: the art of preserving culinary traditions that actually improve with each generation. Recipe memory. While modern women screenshot recipes from Pinterest and bookmark cooking websites, storing thousands of digital recipes they'll never use, Amish women carry entire cookbooks in their minds. No measuring cups, no written instructions, no smartphone timers. They cook complex meals using only knowledge passed from mother to daughter through hands-on practice, muscle memory, and generations of refined techniques that create consistently perfect results. Kitchen teaching. Modern cooking education happens through culinary schools, YouTube tutorials, and expensive cooking classes that teach techniques divorced from tradition. Amish girls begin their kitchen apprenticeship at age 5, learning not through lectures, but through daily observation and gradual responsibility increases. They start by watching, then helping with simple tasks, gradually mastering complex recipes through years of practice. By marriage, they've mastered hundreds of family recipes without ever writing a single one down. Seasonal cooking. While we preserve food in freezers and buy strawberries in December, disconnected from natural food cycles, Amish women follow seasonal preservation rhythms that maintain nutritional value and enhance flavors naturally. Spring brings fresh greens and early vegetables for light meals after winter's hearty fare. Summer's abundance triggers intensive canning, fermenting, and drying activities that will sustain families through winter. Fall harvests determine winter menus, while cold months focus on comfort foods using preserved ingredients. This seasonal approach creates varied, nutritious meals while preserving traditional cooking methods that actually improve food quality. Community sharing. Modern recipe sharing happens through social media posts and food blogs, creating superficial connections that lack depth and personal relationships. Amish women exchange culinary knowledge through church gatherings, quilting bees, and barn raisings, where cooking becomes community collaboration rather than individual performance. During these gatherings, experienced cooks mentor younger women, sharing not just ingredients and techniques, but the stories and memories that give recipes their true meaning. Recipe exchanges happen through demonstration rather than written instructions, ensuring that subtle techniques and family variations are properly transmitted. These community cooking sessions create bonds between families while preserving regional specialties that might otherwise disappear. The social aspect of recipe sharing reinforces community ties while ensuring that valuable culinary knowledge spreads throughout the settlement, creating a rich tapestry of shared traditions that strengthen cultural identity. Handwritten collections. While modern kitchens rely on digital recipe collections stored in clouds and apps that can disappear with technology updates, Amish families treasure handwritten recipe books passed down through generations like precious heirlooms. These aren't just collections of ingredients and instructions, they're family histories, written in faded ink and stained pages. Each recipe book tells stories through margin notes, ingredient substitutions made during lean years, and modifications developed to suit family preferences. Grandmother's careful handwriting shares space with mother's additions and daughter's improvements, creating living documents that evolve while maintaining their essential character. These books contain more than recipes. They hold memories of special occasions, family celebrations, and the wisdom of women who fed their families through good times and hardships. The physical act of copying recipes by hand creates deeper connection and understanding than digital storage ever could. Many families maintain multiple copies of treasured recipes, ensuring these culinary treasures survive for future generations. The books become teaching tools, helping young women understand not just what to cook, but why certain combinations work and how recipes adapt to changing circumstances. Ingredient preservation. Modern food preservation relies on refrigeration, freezers, and chemical preservatives that extend shelf life while diminishing nutritional value and flavor. Amish women master traditional preservation methods that actually enhance food quality while ensuring year-round ingredient availability for their cherished recipes. Root cellars maintain optimal temperature and humidity for storing apples, potatoes, carrots, and other produce through winter months without electricity. These underground storage systems preserve vegetables for months while maintaining crisp textures and full nutritional content that modern refrigeration often compromises. Canning transforms summer's abundance into shelf-stable ingredients that form the foundation of winter cooking. Unlike commercial canning that prioritizes convenience, Amish preservation focuses on maintaining flavors and nutrients essential for traditional recipes. Each jar represents hours of careful preparation following methods refined over generations. Fermentation creates probiotics while preserving vegetables like sauerkraut and pickles that serve as both ingredients and side dishes throughout the year. These fermented foods provide essential vitamins during winter while adding complex flavors that enhance traditional dishes. Smoking and salt curing preserve meats without chemical additives, creating ingredients with rich, complex flavors that modern preservation methods cannot replicate. These traditional techniques ensure that essential recipe components remain available regardless of season, allowing families to maintain consistent meal traditions throughout the year. Cooking techniques. Modern cooking relies on precise temperature controls, digital timers, and standardized techniques that create consistent but often mediocre results. Amish women master intuitive cooking methods that produce superior flavors through techniques passed down for centuries and refined through generations of practice. Wood-fired stoves require understanding heat patterns, fuel management, and timing that electric appliances eliminate through automation. This deeper cooking knowledge creates more complex flavors while developing intuitive skills that allow for creative adaptation when conditions change. Cast iron cookware develops seasoning over decades of use, creating naturally non-stick surfaces that enhance flavors while lasting for generations. These pans become family heirlooms that improve with age, unlike modern cookware that deteriorates and requires frequent replacement. Slow cooking methods allow flavors to develop naturally without rushing processes that modern appliances accelerate artificially. Soups simmer for hours, developing rich, complex tastes that cannot be achieved through quick cooking methods. Traditional bread-making techniques create superior textures and flavors through patient fermentation processes that commercial yeast and modern methods cannot replicate. The rhythm of kneading, rising, and timing becomes intuitive through years of practice. Pastry-making skills passed down through generations create flaky, tender crusts using techniques that produce results superior to modern shortcuts. Understanding how butter, temperature, and handling affect texture allows for consistent perfection that recipes alone cannot convey. Storytelling. Modern recipes exist as isolated lists of ingredients and instructions, divorced from the human stories that give food its deeper meaning and cultural significance. Amish women understand that recipes carry family history, cultural heritage, and personal memories that transform simple meals into connections across generations. Each recipe comes with stories about its origins, the circumstances that created family variations, and the special occasions where it played central roles. These narratives provide context that helps younger women understand not just how to cook, but why certain dishes matter to family identity and tradition. Stories about great-grandmother's apple butter recipe include tales of autumn gatherings where families spent days stirring copper kettles, creating not just preserves, but memories and community bonds. Young women learn that the recipe's value extends far beyond its ingredients to encompass the social traditions it represents. Wedding cake recipes carry stories of marriages, celebrations, and the careful preparation that marks life's most important moments. Understanding these connections helps new cooks appreciate the responsibility they inherit when learning family specialties. Holiday cooking stories explain why certain dishes appear only during specific celebrations, teaching the rhythms of seasonal cooking while preserving cultural traditions that define community identity. These stories ensure that recipes maintain their proper place in the calendar of family life. Hardship stories explain ingredient substitutions made during difficult times, teaching adaptability while honoring the resourcefulness of previous generations. These tales provide practical wisdom about cooking under challenging conditions while maintaining family food traditions. Wedding preparations. Modern brides learn cooking through trial and error after marriage, often struggling to create satisfying meals while juggling careers and other responsibilities. Amish communities ensure that young women master essential family recipes before marriage, viewing culinary competence as fundamental preparation for family life and cultural continuity. The year before wedding, intensive cooking education accelerates as mothers and grandmothers focus on transmitting the most important family recipes that will define the new household's meal traditions. This isn't casual instruction, but serious preparation for a woman's primary responsibility in maintaining family health and cultural identity. Special attention focuses on signature dishes that represent family heritage, recipes that distinguish one family's cooking from another's and create the distinctive food identity that children will remember throughout their lives. These signature recipes become the foundation of the new family's culinary tradition. Bread making receives particular emphasis since daily bread represents the foundation of family nutrition and the most frequently prepared food in Amish households. Mastering various bread types, from everyday loaves to special occasion breads, demonstrates cooking competence and ensures family members receive proper nutrition. Preservation techniques become crucial knowledge since new wives must manage seasonal food cycles independently. Understanding when and how to preserve different foods ensures that families maintain varied, nutritious diets throughout the year without relying on store-bought alternatives. Holiday cooking preparations include learning the elaborate dishes that mark religious and seasonal celebrations. These special recipes often require advanced techniques and careful timing, representing the pinnacle of Amish cooking skills. The teaching process strengthens mother-daughter bonds while ensuring that valuable culinary knowledge transfers successfully to the next generation. This intensive preparation period creates confident cooks who can maintain family food traditions from their wedding day forward. Holiday traditions. Modern holiday cooking often involves purchasing pre-made items or following generic recipes found online, creating celebrations that lack personal connection and cultural depth. Amish families maintain elaborate holiday food traditions that define their seasonal celebrations and strengthen community bonds through shared culinary experiences. Christmas cooking begins weeks in advance, with cookie baking that involves multiple generations working together to create dozens of varieties using recipes specific to each family's heritage. These aren't simple sugar cookies, but elaborate creations requiring specialized techniques passed down through generations of Christmas celebrations. Each cookie type carries its own story and significance. Some commemorate Germanic origins, others mark specific religious meanings, and many represent family innovations developed over decades of holiday baking. The variety demonstrates the richness of Amish culinary heritage while providing children with tangible connections to their cultural identity. Easter traditions center around foods that celebrate renewal and abundance after winter's limitations. Special breads, egg dishes, and early spring vegetables create meals that mark the seasonal transition while honoring religious significance through food choices that reflect spiritual themes. Thanksgiving combines traditional American foods with Germanic heritage dishes, creating unique fusion meals that represent Amish integration of Old World traditions with New World ingredients. These hybrid menus demonstrate how Amish cooking adapts while maintaining cultural identity. Wedding feast preparations involve entire communities in creating elaborate meals that can feed hundreds of guests using traditional recipes scaled up through generations of experience. These celebrations showcase the pinnacle of Amish cooking while strengthening community bonds through shared food preparation. Funeral meals provide comfort through familiar foods that nourish grieving families while demonstrating community support. These meals follow traditional patterns that ensure appropriate foods appear during times of loss, providing stability through food traditions when other aspects of life feel uncertain. Garden planning. Modern gardening often focuses on ornamental plants or random vegetable selections based on personal preferences rather than culinary traditions and preservation needs. Amish women plan their gardens specifically to support traditional recipes, ensuring that essential ingredients remain available for maintaining family food heritage throughout the growing season and beyond. Garden layouts reflect generations of cooking wisdom, with plant varieties selected not just for productivity, but for their specific roles in traditional recipes. Heirloom varieties maintain flavors and characteristics that modern hybrid vegetables often lack, ensuring that classic dishes retain their authentic taste profiles. Herb gardens receive special attention since many traditional recipes depend on specific seasonings that cannot be purchased commercially or lose their potency when dried and stored for extended periods. Fresh herbs provide the authentic flavors that distinguish traditional Amish cooking from modern adaptations. Timing considerations ensure that ingredients for preservation activities mature when needed for traditional canning and preserving schedules. This requires understanding not just when to plant, but how different